Were we going to come back? I can't remember. We were to the Jean-Pierre social media. Is that because y'all needed a chance to look at that?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Morning.
I believe that I was going to narrow down which videos we were going to use, and I did narrow them down. But what I did not do, and I will do that now, is email over the timestamps that we think are relevant that we would plan to introduce, so that defense counsel can take a look at it and maybe we can talk offline if there are any objections.
Okay. Did you get that finished last night or this morning?
I finished viewing it last night. What I did not do was email the timestamps.
Why did you not? So that they could have a chance to look at it before court.
That was on me, Your Honor. We were working on some other items, and so I just identified them, and so I will send those over.
Try to, like, when I give you tasks that you're supposed to do overnight, so that we can discuss them the next morning in court or the next day in court, please communicate across the aisle to the other side so that they can also be prepared.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. It's not unreasonable.
Yeah, right. Okay. Like we ain't been watching the damn trial over 100 days in.
I wanted to see if Mr. Steele or Mr. Adams can identify which jail calls that.
Oh, right. Yes, thank you. As kind of first thing on the agenda. So I think maybe Mr. Steele, you had provided as reciprocal discovery some possible jail calls that maybe Mr. Copeland was a party to.
Yes, Your Honor. Did that in October, on October 25, 2023. I served on the state. They served on me numerous jail calls.
Okay.
I served on the state. They did not serve on me any jail calls from Forsyth County Jail.
Okay.
So I found out Mr. Copeland was housed there. There's approximately 163 jail calls from Forsyth County. I served that on them, I don't know, 11 months ago, maybe, whatever that comes out to. It's only a 3-week period from February 16th, 2023 jail calls to March 7th, 2023. And I am narrowing what I'm going to use on the cross-examination of Mr. Copeland. Also, the state served on me huge amounts of jail calls of Mr. Copeland. So I'm going to, I believe, use some of what the state served on me.
Okay.
And I'd rather not serve it on the state until they are done with the witness, because I assume that then the state will just take my cross-examination from me. So I'm not trying to play gamesmanship. I didn't have to serve any of those jail calls because I would never use them in my case in chief. It's just on cross. I'll do whatever, obviously, you tell me to do, but if I serve it on the state and then they use it on their direct, I don't really see the purpose of me just giving away impeachment evidence.
Okay.
In addition to that, there are not going to be many jail calls to listen to. And what I plan to do is, once the state surrenders the witness on direct examination, I would get all my exhibits to the court, to the state, to the court reporter, like I said, and the jail calls, I won't use them for a while. My cross, I believe, is going to be lengthy days on Mr. Copeland.
Okay.
So, you know, they'll have plenty of time, in my opinion, to listen to the jail calls. And I'm talking about a total of maybe 10, 11, maximum, maybe a minimum of 2 or 3.
Okay. So you'll provide that, which jail calls you're going to use at the beginning of your cross?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
One of two things are going to happen. We're either going to see the genius of Brian Steele, or we're going to see Lil Woody turn, and it's going to be bad. So, I think, and if I'm a betting man, I put like $6 on this. Brian Steele is going to introduce phone calls, jail phone calls, that completely contradict everything that the state is trying to paint Lil Woody as, right? So if he does this correctly, all you need is doubt. It doesn't have to be 100% or anything like that. And all you need Lil Woody to constantly, continuously say, I don't recall. But knowing Brian Steele, he gonna push some buttons and piss him off. He did it to Adrian Bean. You got to remember, Adrian Bean basically alluded to Brian Steele being dirty. And I'm not saying Adrian Bean was right, but you gotta remember when Adrian Bean was like, "Come on, man," you know, he had to, "Come on, man, keep it real, keep it real. You talk to me," and Brian Steele's like, "Yes, I talked to you with my investigator. Everything was recorded." So we gonna see, bro, because I ain't gonna hold you. So far, does it look bad for the state or does it look good for the state for Lil Woody's testimony? It's a nothing burger. All of this stuff is done so that they can introduce phone calls and all that stuff and paint Lil Woody out to be something that looks like it should be involved with the RICO. Just keeping it authentic with you. But at the same time, we got to be clear about this, since he's not, and since all that stuff went on. Brian still gets to ask, even though the judge seemed like she ain't gonna let him ask. I'm Brian Still, I ask any goddamn ways. "Hey, so, did you want to testify?" "Why not?" "Is this the first time that you were asked to testify, or did something else happen? Would you like to go into depth about that?" So, those things he can recall. Then I'm assuming he gonna ask, "Hey, how was the jail conditions about where you were at?" Hell, I didn't know. Nobody else knew that Lil Woody ass was in a whole nother jail, except him and probably his family members and his team and all that stuff. So if I'm Brian Steele, I'm definitely harping on that, because at the end of the day, you want to make the state look like bullies and make it feel like, as a juror, bro, I could go through this as well. Holy hell, Batman, let's not do this right here. So if Brian Steele is successful in painting the state in Glanville himself as bullies who coerced this man into basically testifying, but how is he gonna do it? Because if he does it to the point where, all right, you got all that done, you still got to talk about more stuff. You still got to figure out how to combat those phone calls. So if Brian still say something like this, like, "Oh, were you jealous of Thug? Were you this? Were you that?" like he did Tick, that's going to get pretty interesting. I ain't going to lie. Because anything besides "I don't recall" and it gets in the dialogue, that's going to be bad. Unless Lil Woody is just going to say, "I was," or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But we going to see, bro. Because Brian still said, "Hey, this is going to take probably a couple of days." So all that stuff about a speedy trial, that's out the window, ain't it, Weinstein? And man, take a listen to this dumbass stuff right here.
Let's move to tackling this wiretap evidence. And where would be the best place for us to all look so that we're looking at the same or listening to the same thing?
Mr. Atkins served on the court and the defendants, I believe, a Dropbox link that contains these calls that we've identified, and they are in order of the way we would be addressing them.
Okay.
So we can resend the Dropbox link if anyone needs it.
Is it the August 8th one or is it a different one?
I think it's a different one. I'll let him speak.
It's a different one, Your Honor.
Okay.
I will pull up the date. It's the co-conspirator Dropbox that was on a Friday. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
He is.
Your Honor?
Yes.
Well, that's being done. Can I ask the court of inquiry?
Sure.
Mr. Adams is, I'm assuming he told you, but he's doing another matter, which is no problem for myself or Mr. Williams. But at approximately 1:50 till approximately 3 today, so an hour and 10 minutes, I have to be, with the court's permission, on this case, but have to be outside your courtroom. So I can't believe I could say this, but my wife was going to sit in with me, and that's okay with Mr. Williams. Is that okay if Colette comes? And her name is Colette, Colette, Steele, Steel, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. She's been in my court before. That is fine, as long as somebody's here.
Thank you.
All right.
And that link has been resent to all parties, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, and would this be in the folder labeled additional co-conspirator statements, or where do we find it?
So labeled D Darlington 470, and it ends in 7355.
Got it.
And it has the wiretaps. They're saved, so we're going to be using. It stands for PDF page because the report that they generated was a 6,000 page PDF. So we will be referencing, for example, the first one is PDF page 17. So at the bottom of the D Garlington wiretap folder, you'll see P17 and then 11 March 22 at 10:05 p.m.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Judge, what I'll do is I'll do whatever the court says, but what I'm suggesting is that I give a summary of what we're about to play, tell the court the timestamps, and then play them unless the defense wants to just tell us in advance what they object to, whatever the court says.
Okay, well, if we don't need to listen to all of them, there's no reason to listen to all of them right now. So does the defense know which ones they're gonna have objection to?
How about all of them? But I don't accept, there is a summary, a state summary in the exhibit that you just got forwarded by Mr. Atkins, and I appreciate him outlining that. I do. That makes it much easier for us to go seriatim through the wiretaps. But the summaries are in large part partially accurate. They're not fully accurate. So I'm confident that a number of us will object to all of this. And for the court's information, I don't believe any of the people on these conversations will be testifying. So in that regard, I think we need to go through them item by item.
Okay.
We didn't intend that the summaries be the portion.
Okay, I don't actually, the bottom of mine is 20 March 22. I don't see an 11 March 22. Unless it's not the actual bottom.
It's at the top of the calls on the Dropbox link, page 4.
So I found the email that has the wiretap calls guide and call detail reports. Is that what y'all are referencing as a summary, or is there something else?
Your Honor, there's a separate Excel spreadsheet that Deputy Hilton sent to the parties that we will resend.
Oh, Miss Hilton. Okay.
Yes, Your
I was
Honor.
looking for
It's highlighted in
something that
yellow.
had come from, yeah, I've got that somewhere.
And that came on Sunday at 1:30.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I've got that somewhere. All right, go ahead. Let's get started with the first one.
So the first one is going to be the call that is labeled page 17, 11 March 22. The time stamps that we will be playing is 27 seconds in through 3 minutes and 25 seconds.
Oh, that shit was Chris name.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was crazy, boy.
Man, I was just going through one column when I had them posts. He told me, man, Teco. I said, what's wrong? I told you that.
Yeah, that why I got that on. Like, man, that shit, that's just too crazy.
But that's a fool. Boy, I'm like, damn, boy.
They must hit them more on this.
I don't know. So I think he the one that got shot in the head. I don't. Like, everybody been said he hadn't died first. Like, that's what they were saying at first. They were just like, bro was in critical condition for a minute.
I heard he got hit in the head.
Yeah, but Roger hadn't got there told me what happened to him. He had to DM me like, man, brother died too. So we just turn on the video chat shit. But he was like Roger said it came from Summer Hill, but Quay just said they got into it with when they was at Chit Chat, they got into it with them henchmen niggas.
Who niggas?
Man, look, I think them niggas look all I run them folk, man. You know, y'all for me going back and forth, they gonna answer.
All I run?
Nah, not him, but like he little young nigga.
Oh yeah, I heard it little hits me shit.
Yeah, Quay say when B Slime just had the show. On B Slime them got down rushed to the car to get the fire, some shit. They hadn't gotten to it.
Yeah. That's crazy right now.
My cousin just called him, so he know what he told me to pull up. He got down, you know what happened.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull up and got down, see what the hell going on.
So what the hell you want coming from the car?
Yeah, man, it went a little cool, man.
Oh yeah, so I thought he went to traffic or something.
Yeah, that's what I thought, cause everybody going to traffic. You like I be telling the nigga let go to traffic. But I ain't even saying that to him last night, saying to put their clothes on. Okay.
Lou them warm up by 5 in the morning.
Yeah,
Then like somebody got shot in the car, but they ain't really showing that.
yeah.
I get on Instagram by 6, 7, like 7, 8 folks. I'm like, oh damn, that way the war.
Hey, yeah, man. I ain't know, man. Them folk blowing my phone up.
You know what I'm saying? Them folks were on. Them folks, they ain't seen none of them niggas in the car.
Nah,
Like,
man. Yeah, it was just them two, I think. I don't know. I ain't heard nothing, bro. I ain't called nobody.
Man, that nigga running, man. What the hell wrong with this nigga, man? That nigga walk so goddamn fast.
I ain't talking nobody but Ed B.
Oh, Ed B.
Yeah, you know he don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Ed B just laying low.
Nah, he with his folk.
Okay. Yeah, the girl in charge is tripping, man. Called his phone. Somebody, this ain't his number. Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
man.
that was.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, what the hell you finna do though? You got perk?
Man, I ain't got nothing, bro. No weed, no perk, no nothing. Tay finna got down, I think 21 nigga, he finna got down. He said he just called his boy. He want another hit back.
Okay. What the fuck we want for the week?
No, you know, I got folk got down some 26.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't beat them right now.
Yeah.
Judge, this call was made on the day that the two persons who were YSL associates were killed, Mr. Ford and Mr. McMiller. It was after that. What we've heard is a call, as the court is aware, from Mr. Garlington's wiretap, where he is talking and apprising an associate, unindicted, unnamed co-conspirator, whom we believe is a person called Dwoskin Watt Wright, W-R-I-G-H-T. We believe that he is a 30 Deep member. Nonetheless, regardless of who it is he's talking to, that person is an unindicted co-conspirator as well. In discussing what has just happened, they are alerting one another to something that has happened to one of theirs, and they are letting each other know what, for instance, Oomp and Big Slime did, in that they rushed to the car to get the fire. They had gotten into it. My cousin had told me he just pulled up. He know what happened. I'm fist to pull up, see what come up. All of this precedes the Shamel Drinks murder. This is YSL associates getting one another informed so that YSL associates can take necessary steps, we believe, to avenge what has happened. And I said Big Slime. I think that that's B Slime. And because of all of that, we believe that this is a co-conspirator statement, which furthers the interest of the conspiracy, that is YSL, by allowing them to properly conduct themselves following the murder of two of their own associates.
All right.
Can I just ask for clarification on something, Your Honor? Okay, in Ms. Hilton's spreadsheet, it says time of statement 310 to 325. But then we just heard it. I'm just trying to know what the state's trying to admit. Is it that whole call? Is it just 310 to 325 and the whole call was played for context? I want to know what we're arguing over.
It's 27 seconds to 3 minutes. I said 325, but it was more like 338 seconds. It's not all the way at the end where they're talking about the perks and the 12s and the 26s.
Okay. So I don't know if you have in front of you what Ms. Hilton had provided earlier. In her time of statement says 3 minutes, 10 seconds to 3 minutes, 25 seconds. So just for clarification, will y'all be intending to play the entirety of what you played just now, 27 seconds to 3, whatever it is?
Yes.
325 or so. So, okay.
Okay, this is why we have guardrails on trials. The state just leaned over to talk to each other about who this could possibly be. They don't know how to say his name. They think it could be this person. And then they confidently declare he's an unindicted co-conspirator. They don't even know his name. This gentleman, whomever it is, that Mr. Garlington is talking about, we've never received a list of unindicted co-conspirators. And it's just,
Okay, I suspect that's because if they knew their identity, they would be indicted co-conspirators. Do you know
Oh, no,
I know that there are some who they know the identity of, but do you know the identity of this person?
Not with certainty. That's just what, when we asked the question, like, who do you think that this is? Investigator Vivarito said, I believe that is, and she gave us a name.
Okay.
But there was not a further investigation on the recipients or the callers that were captured in these calls. It's the context of the calls themselves that allow us to designate the nature of the call.
Okay.
well, okay. So that call, I don't know how anyone could determine that someone's an unindicted co-conspirator from the nature of that call. They're talking about past events. They're talking about gentlemen. It appears they're talking about gentlemen who were murdered earlier in that day. They're talking about past events. There's no, as far as I can tell, there's no planning. To the extent that they're saying, oh, well, it's co-conspirators keeping themselves apprised. I don't know how they can make that statement with such confidence without even knowing who the person is. And I'm aware, Your Honor, that the case law, the declarant needs to be a co-conspirator, not necessarily the receiver. However, if you're going to make the argument it's to keep gang members or associates apprised, then yes, I believe that the receiver also needs to be part of the conspiracy. So I don't see how this furthers the conspiracy in any way. There doesn't seem to be a conspiracy. And I'll say one other thing that is going to be a common thread throughout these arguments. The alleged facts of the Shamal Drinks murder. There's video camera, and there's video camera that puts my client and a car that he's in, and allegedly Demikian Garlington's in that car, although he's never seen on any sort of video. That's the state's allegation. In a separate car is what appears to be Mr. Nichols and Mr. Farley in a car, and I think they're alleging Mr. Boyer is also in that car. They're on video at the gas station. By happenstance, Mr. Drinks pulls up to that gas station after they're already there. Now, let me be very clear. Mr. Stillwell did not commit this crime. However, I will say that Mr. Drinks was shot within minutes of him showing up at the gas station where these gentlemen already were. So by even the state's theory, there's no conspiracy to kill Mr. Drinks. It's sheer happenstance. And by the state's theory, which we are saying is not true, the decision to kill Mr. Drinks would have occurred within minutes of the death.
Okay.
So it's all based on happenstance, a chance encounter, according to the state's theory. There's no grand conspiracy here.
The two aren't mutually exclusive in that there could be a conspiracy to kill people whenever you happen upon them. So,
Okay, and
you can make that argument, but they can certainly make the counter argument.
Okay, and in that case, if that is a conspiracy to kill people, and again, we're just kind of assuming that there's no evidence of that, but nothing in this call furthers any such conspiracy.
Well, honestly, it would have helped to have known what you said after the call, before the call, so that I know what I'm listening for. So I'm going to need to listen to the call again. Okay. And then let's do it the other way for the remaining calls.
Will do.
Now, today was extremely interesting. So at the very end of the video, I'm going to show y'all 2 clips that we're going to play tomorrow. I think y'all going to be highly interested in what we do tomorrow. Man, so, Miss Love, I got to ask a question. If YSL is a gang, right? And let's just give you that. I'm just going to give you that. Brian still wouldn't like me saying that, but it is what it is. Let's give you that, right? It's just a gang. You have to prove it's a criminal enterprise, right? Wouldn't you tell other gang members, hey, bro, listen, man, these cats is going after this and after that and all this stuff happened? And you're talking about a war, right? But one thing you're not doing, and I keep on asking this question, you're not saying at all who the hell is giving all the directions. This just sounds like a bunch of people talking to each other and warning them or doing some illicit activities and all of this BS. It does not sound, and it has not been proven yet, in my opinion. Hierarchy, leadership, direction from others to do things. All it seems to me And you know, you got your detractors gonna say you just being biased, bro. All right, cool. But hear me out, bro. If you can disprove this, please drop the link of the video or the clip that you have, and I will gladly watch it. All it seems like is there's a bunch of cats who want to be down. And in order to be down, they're looking pretty damn dumb. Because in the clips I'm going to drop tomorrow, they have wherewithal to know certain things can happen. But at the same time, it's like, so mandate this to happen everywhere. And that's not going on. When everybody, well, I won't say everybody, when those who jumped on the phone hollering at Young Thug to get them a lawyer, can I ask you a question? If I was rich, which I'm not, I'm broke, so it is what it is. You want to donate to the Cash App, cool. If you don't, cool. But if I had money in a foreign land magical place, and I had a bunch of homies, and they asses ain't had no money for lawyers, wouldn't I be the likely person that they would ask? Would it be a conspiracy if Young Thug was paying for rent as well? If Young Thug was paying for people to get cars and all of these things? Is that a RICO as well? Is that a conspiracy as well? Because to get a lawyer and somebody else pay for it is not illegal. And damned if it's a conspiracy. You talking about y'all crooked ass county in y'all state of Georgia. You damn right I don't want no public defender. If I got bread, I'm going to try to get that goddamn bread and get me a paid lawyer, and at least I have a chance. What it seems like right now is a very slim chance, but still a goddamn chance. The biggest issue that I keep on finding with this is it seems like Lil Jeff, Young Thug, Young Truly Humble Under God, Jeffrey Williams, has a big heart and is taking care of his people. When he got Umfunk a lawyer and Umfunk beat whatever charge he had, I'm not trying to say what charge it was because I don't know how they finna do whatever they finna do and all that stuff. Was that a conspiracy too? Or was that brotherly love? If you had a company and your sibling started working for you and your damn sibling started stealing money and then you so happy to get out of it and find out that that person was stealing money and you get charged because this person was stealing money, is that a RICO as well because you didn't know? There hasn't been proof shown that, yeah, I told Young Thug to do this and to do that, and he approved of it. Now, I will say it'll come out later on down the line where Briss damn near doing something like that, but that's down the line. And I ain't gonna hold you, bruh. So far, nothing. Now, here's the part I was telling y'all. Here's some interesting clips from the day. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Subscribe, turn on that bell, stay notified, and share to keep your people aware. Let me ask y'all this. I really want to see the comments on this. Y'all been dope as hell with the comments, so I appreciate it. And I won't be asking for likes, but if you want to like the video, hell yeah, like this damn thing up and increase people's comments. How do you think Brian Steele should play this? His questions to Lil Woody. Do you think he should just go right at him? Do you think he should handle him with kid gloves? Or do you think he should just get in all the contradictory evidence that he could to basically fight the state and give little context? This is just an opinion. Curious about y'all's. And add it. Did that phone call that y'all just heard, did that prove anything? Because if we took off the black skin, the tattoos, and the rags and all that stuff and the supposed gang stuff, and this was some regular ass country ass dudes, and still matter of fact, make them black, put on cowboy hats, cowboy boots, and a goddamn flannel. Would this look like retaliation? Or would it look like self-defense? I'm kind of worried that we're getting away from the fact that Young Thug is not a felon. And at the end of the day, that's his Second Amendment right, the right to bear arms. Like I do at the gym, baby. But here's the clips that y'all was waiting on. I'm curious what y'all say to those questions, though.
Statement from Umfunk regarding Nichols telling on himself, and basically Nichols trying to get help for himself. Like bro needs to pay for a lawyer. We did it for him. We don't believe.
Hey, no, sir, Mr. Harvey, stop right now. Stop right now. Stop right now. Mr. Harvey, Mr. Harvey, sit down. I am not going to have you interrupt court. You may object in just a moment. We will get to your objection in a moment. Go ahead.
Man, when I was looking at it, last couple 2 days, I ain't need nobody trying to bet no Rico on me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah, like an estimate.
so it's also shit like I'm just thinking, Lil Head was even saying the same thing. He was like, shit, but I was gonna tell y'all nigga this shit, bro. That y'all probably need to say bro name, bro, cause his ass finna be gone. And even if y'all drop the song now, he get gone, gonna look like somebody had something to do with it. We drop the song later. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You damn sure right. We just gonna take the nigga name like this shit. We just gonna take, like, I ain't even scared shit, still fuck them niggas, you feel me? Just some smart shit, cause I don't think them niggas will want to put a song out there without that. Well, at least we just switch it up, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And even if we say that, like, we don't be Liggy for D, give it Shell, say something different, like, you feel me? Shell don't want that, or some shit, you know, I don't give a fuck, we say the same thing, I don't give a fuck about saying name, but I don't want you, you know what I mean, tie shit in.
His commentary about Mr. Zachary is what we were looking at that was most relevant.
He's commenting my dripping. So he's commenting on his clothes.
He's dripping in blood. There's a red jacket that he has on, and that jacket, our argument is that that's what he is referring to.
Okay. Well,